Imagine being falsely accused, slandered, your name maligned, so that your all good reputation is soiled. You lose your job or your business. It could be your source of income. Imagine losing that as well. Imagine losing your marriage, your family. It could even be that you have trouble with your siblings and all. Losing family, marriage could be through death or separation or divorce. That is where I was in the year 2020. And it's been quite a journey until I considered the God of Joseph. Now, who's Joseph? Joseph is that guy whose story you find in the book of Genesis, beginning from chapter 37 all the way to chapter 50. Joseph is that guy who, simply because of his dreams, he is hated by his brothers, and because he is the most loved of his father Jacob, he is not only maligned and plotted against, but it's only because of one brother that his life is actually spared, because the rest of the brothers were, by the way, done with him and had decided, you know what, this guy is better to us dead than alive. He is slandered. He has no reputation to his name. He is the guy who is so super physically attractive that his boss's wife is so into him and decides to lay a trap for him so that they can have sex together and nobody will know. All right. And as a result of that, he ends up being thrown in jail for something he did not do. He is the guy who correctly interprets dreams of two people while in prison. And he only has one request, that, by the way, when these things happen, as I have predicted, please don't forget me. But guess what? The guy, one of the guys, the cupbearer, forgets him for 2 years. That is Joseph for you. He is forgotten. He is forgotten by his family because, did I mention that when the brothers succeeded to conspire around his supposed death, they framed his death to his dad, and they went and took his coat and covered it with blood, animal blood, so that they could convince his dad that, by the way, your son is long gone, so that nobody literally looks for him. So he is forgotten. He is presumed dead and no one will look for him. Does that sound like a dead end? I think it does. And you are listening to me and you are probably in that space where you're thinking it's a dead end. Things are not working for you in your own personal space. They're not working for you ministry-wise. It's not working for you job-wise. It's not working for you. It's not working for you. But the Lord I am introducing to you, Jesus is the God who turns dead ends into start zones, because you cannot even imagine how that story will turn around simply because God will give Pharaoh, the king, who is actually worshipped and adored as a god, he will give him a dream. And the only person who can interpret, the cupbearer, will remember, by the way, I forgot. When I was in prison, there was this guy who correctly interpreted my dream. And as it will happen, as the mind of God had prevailed, Pharaoh is going to have his dream interpreted by Joseph, who is going to immediately be given a promotion out of prison into the number 2 position of the world superpower then, Egypt. Only Jesus can do that. So I don't know what dead zone you are experiencing right now. It could be a dead zone in your health. It could be a dead zone in your business, or it could even be that you're a political leader and things are just looking like dead. Turn to Jesus. Jesus is the Lord and God who is able to turn a dead zone into a start zone. I'm choosing to look at him, look to him. And as I look at him and to him, I have hope. there is hope, my friend.